try and repeat it again. This is a lot resting in the hands of Smlz in Game 2 of the e-commerce wars. Early word will be spotted out here by Suning.
As will the remaining members coming in from JD Gaming. Full 5-man stack. Unfortunately, they're not going to get the vertical jungling they've been looking for.
Haven't been able to see a lot of successful 5-man invades recently, so JDG going to still be trying for it. They're still positioning around this, and that is really aggressive from them. They have a good level 1 with the Lux, Olaf, and Kaisa, but I don't think this is worth it, Flawless.
There's how
4
you
people.
position.
This is scary, Clement.
It is very scary. If you think about Nautilus plus Kog'Maw, they still pack quite a bit of a punch. So I'm not sure if Flawless is still going to risk it here. They're leaving it to the 1v1 between Gragas and Flawless, and they're just staying here.
I respect that. I respect the hell out of that, Clement, because if this were my team, I'd be like, you know what, you guys do what you want. I need to get the lane.
That is a Flawless play if I've ever seen one.
Oh, Flawless, you're going to die for it, buddy. There's the dredge line. He's going to have to flash away. He does. Turns around with the overtow, but not going to find a whole lot of damage. LvMao's not going to find anything with the Lux either. Now JD Gaming still trying for the level 1. What is happening with this level 1?
I will say that JD Gaming are actually coming out ahead of this because they've given Azir a lot of time to scale up. Now there's a sunken cost fallacy here where Suning's like, you know what, Flawless doesn't have flash, let's just kill him.
Oh my god, alright. Undertow lands. Yagao rotating in towards the mid lane. He wants to try and stop this fight. Smlz going for the flank, and they turn onto him. Weiwei really low. He smites it, gets the kill. Flawless still alive. They take out Weiwei, though, on the return. First blood's going down to Smlz.
He goes on the wrong side.
JDG double flashes have to come out, and that was not the level 1 they were looking for.
No, it was not. No, it definitely was not. And here's the problem with getting priority in the bot side, especially when you're blue side. It doesn't prevent the enemy red side bot lane from going into the blue side jungle. I think that was a critical mistake that they made there, and if you look at Azir's positioning, it was actually cut off from Maple, could not come around to help out. So even though they get the CS leads, it turns out pretty damn bad for JD Gaming. In the entire bot side, there are no flashes left. That should be a clear signal for Weiwei to get ganks there.
May also be a 3 buff here from Weiwei. He knows the blue buff hasn't been picked up just yet, but it looks like Flawless in return is going to be rotating directly over towards that Scuttle Crab, but it's already going to be taken by the time he gets there as Weiwei throws in the last auto. Will catch out Weiwei, but doesn't matter. Not going to be able to find the fight, so Flawless a little bit behind at this point.
Yeah. And this is not where you want to be as an Olaf. Now, Olaf is very strong in terms of clearing his tempo leads. No flash.
Lands. Imp still alive for the time being. Smlz took a lot of damage there from LvMao as well. So really, JDG even up that trade pretty nicely.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that LvMao actually came away with the blue buff. Unfortunate timing. Taking a look at the runes right here, we do have Legends Bloodline, which is going to give you that 12% lifesteal. I do believe the build for Kog'Maws are still going to go for the Blade of the Ruin King into the Rage Blade. We haven't seen Kog'Maws in a long time, but I think that's still the build.
We really haven't, but 10 CS lead here for Imp, and as you said, the CS lead really big. Imp, he is in so much trouble. He's just going to walk into them, try and get a return kill. He's pretty close to getting one onto Smlz, but not going to be able to find it in the end.
Yeah, there was no way to really prevent that. The bot lane was always going to be pushed forward. That's what happened from the early stages.
Whoa! Zoom! Flashes in, almost gets the kill.
Does the bird get him? No.
Potion's there.
That was a lesson, Biubiu.
Don't let me see you in my lane ever again, boy.
I love that neck crook from Zoom. You could see how irritated he was. It's like,
next time he'll find it. Oh, here comes the teleport. They're looking for this. It's going to be answered here by the side of Suning. They're going to get the root onto SMLZ. They need to get the kill on him pretty quickly. Zoom's here. Another teleport coming in from JDG. This could be just a straight up 5-on-5. Flawless is pretty low. He's going to die to SMLZ's passive there, but JDG have been able to pick up 2 in this game. Clement, what is happening?
Well, that was really fun. All of the lanes just giving up their lane priority to get there as soon as possible.
Oh,
but
no.
I do want to mention something.
Clement.
SMLZ is huge.
I'd also like to mention something about SMLZ. Take a look at his items.
What?
Yeah. He's going Mana Moon Kog'Maw. Okay. I don't know how to feel about this one, Clement. Care to chime in?
I haven't seen that. That's not the way that SMLZ has played Kog'Maw before. Now, he's been known for having some wonky builds. We've seen a lot of times go for like Blade of the Ruined King and then transition back into an IE build when there's tanks on the opposing side. But we really haven't seen Mana Moon Kog'Maw at all. This is something new, even for SMLZ.
I hate to say it, but I'm tempted to try it in solo queue.
Please don't. At least not when we're doing.
Of course, of course. I'll leave that one to my random teammates. But now Flawless going to go into the invade with the help of LvMao. They'll pick up the Gromp as well. And this early game has been really hectic, and it's hard for me to suss out exactly who's been winning at this point, because on one hand, you have the CS lead on the sides of Imp and Yagao. But on the other, as you said, SMLZ is massive. 3-1-0 on this Kog'Maw already.
The way this game is going, current situation, I still give it to JD Gaming. I think their mid lane has gotten a lot more out of their situation. Their top lane is winning. And they have Flawless doing exactly what he needs to do, make sure that there aren't ganks coming down into this bot side. They're still very worried about Imp dying again in lane. His flash still isn't up.
Flash will be up very soon, though. Biubiu getting engaged again here by Zoom. Conqueror's been procced by Biubiu. Has the Scion ult stolen, but I don't think he wants to go in for the re-engage there.
Yep, just looking for that second Kingslayer in the fight, but Zoom knows those cooldowns well, is not going to give him that opportunity. Oof. Now, Weiwei's been taking a lot of damage here. 1 level down. He's looking for that gank in the bot side, but Flawless is well aware of it.
Flawless is just waiting here. I'm sure his bottom lane is appreciating it now. He's looking for the gank. Oh no, the binding goes wide, and here comes Weiwei, but they're going to go into SMLZ first. He gets taken down. The return kill onto LvMao, but Yagao is coming down. Does he have the Shurima Shuffle for Weiwei? He's looking for it. Gets the damage onto Weiwei, so no execute for you, my friend, the Suning jungler. For the second death for the team in this fight.
That was not a worthwhile trade for Suning whatsoever. I felt like their better idea was actually just to disengage for SMLZ. And this is the Yagao that we want to see. He's been roaming around the map so frequently, even against the Jace lane.
Now, interesting that the Silas is going for the Conqueror now in the top lane, but does give him a little bit of scrapping power. We're going to take a look at this bottom fight again.
Yeah, now I want to see if there was a chance for Weiwei to actually just disengage this. Probably not. Probably not. I understand why he did that. No flash on Kog'Maw. But what I'm a bit surprised about is Suning's bot lane still stepping up that far forward. They clearly saw Flawless. Communication seems to be a little bit off between SMLZ and his own jungler.
Well, SMLZ at the very least has finished his Mana Moon. Not going to upgrade just yet, but I can't believe I'm saying that about a Kog'Maw. But you know what? Sometimes new builds get to surprise you from solo queue. Yagao putting a lot of damage there onto Maple. We'll be able to pick up the first turret plating solo as well, so that's going to be working quite well for him. As Flawless continues to hunt down Weiwei, he's got the level 6 at this point, so Weiwei has no reason, no way to contest this even. Maple's starting to roam up, but Yagao is here as well. So if this turns into a 2-on-2, this is one that JDG are going to win almost certainly. SwordArt's rotating up as well, and Biubiu is coming down, so this is the point where JDG need to start saying, all right, see you later.
Yeah, I like how JD Gaming are instantly backing out. They haven't spotted the bot side for a while. There's a possibility, even though they don't spot SwordArt himself, they have someone like LvMao who thinks pretty much in the same way. So they're going to disengage and allow Weiwei to get his level 6. Now, I still think this entire map is going to be pulled down towards the bot side. These 9 kills have happened nowhere else but the bot lane, and unfortunately, it will continue. Weiwei with that level 6, that's a clear go sign to then engage onto LvMao.
have the opportunity for it, but LvMao currently 2-1-2. He's sitting pretty happily here in the bottom lane, and while they are downing kills at this point, the bot lane for JDG seems to be pretty happy with this. They're up in items thanks to the CS advantage, or about even rather.
People tend to forget how strong Kog'Maw actually is in lane. With the extra range advantage and just like the HP shred, he beats out a lot of hyper carries. And he also has the sustain for it as well. And you have to remember that he's running Fleet Footwork plus the Vamp Scepter at this point. So he's going to be able to put down a lot of harass.
Maple as well doing okay in his lane. He's down 2 kills, but granted, he has given none of them over. So at the very least, things are fairly even across the board. And the Dragon has not been a point of contention in this game because it is a Cloud Drake. There's not really a whole lot you want to do with that. However, Rift Herald still on the field. Everyone wants to do something with that at some point.
This is not the strong side of the map for Suning, so I'm a little surprised that they're going for this play instead.
Yagao's here. Weiwei so low already. Goes golden, but it's too late. Flawless gets absolutely dunked to hell. Now JD Gaming going to try and contest as best they can, force Suning off of this, but they've already lost their jungler for the next 10 seconds.
You know, they shouldn't have won that, but stopwatch saves the day. Instantly takes out Flawless before he can do anything.
Yeah, really well played there by Weiwei to throw it out just before, or after ulting and just before dying there.
And Biubiu also did a good job body blocking Zoom from coming down the river. If you've been watching the top side, like, Zoom has actually had priority here for a long time, but you can't outplay the burst.
Despite the priority he's had, Biubiu is actually up in CS, so this game is significantly more impressive than the last one, coming in as the performance from Biubiu. Because last game, he was not looking too hot on that gangplank, but now he's kept even in CS, he's kept up even without jungle intervention.
That's just one of those situations where I feel like Sion is going to have a hard time against Sylas. A lot of these matchups you do see the Kingslayer being max first, just get that cooldown a bit lower and make sure you have that constant sustain. So it is a matchup that slowly goes into the favor of the Bruiser as time passes.
A lot of damage going down there onto Biubiu here.
Huh. Actually taking the chain lab first.
He's got Conquer as well for the sustain and true damage, but JDG should be able to pick up the Rift Herald at this point. They've pulled it out. Should have been spotted away by that control ward from Suning, but no contest is going to be able to come out. So JDG, despite losing the fight around the Rift Herald the first time, are going to be able to pick it up. Seems like their Baron strategy works for Rift Herald as well, Clement.
Just keep on trying.
Second try was the charm this time. We're going to see Sylas ulting back into the lane. Beautiful little choo-choo train in the top lane. But now that we've gotten into about the 13.5-minute mark, and Suning has been doing so well in the early game, are we still feeling confident about the scaling here for JDG?
Overall, yes. I think Yagao is in a situation where he's going to do a lot more than what Maple can provide at this point. Maple has not found any leeway in this game. He has 2 assists to his name, but hasn't really been able to suppress Yagao. And Azir is just the clear winner when it comes to scaling on that front. However, I will say this bot lane is going a lot better than I imagined it would.
Seems like Smlz knows exactly how he wants to play that Kog'Maw. Weiwei going to be able to pick up the Cloud Drake, but just a Cloud Drake, so for the time being, JDG going to be happy with just trying to take down this tower. They will be able to secure it, but Maple's up here. They have Shurima's Legacy popped. Has the extra tower in the mid lane to keep them safe for the time being. Predator's coming in from Weiwei. It's been popped, but he's not going aggressive with it. So JD Gaming should be able to back out of this one.
See Shurima's Legacy giving Maple a warning signal. Just keeping that red dot on his forehead. We'll fall down there. It's so easy to forget that play. Like, I thought Suning was going to get the kill onto the Azir, but of course you still have your tower there. Great defense on their side.
Oh, not able to steal away the Scuttle Crab, so Weiwei will secure that one. And now, Suning starting to look a little bit better, but like you said, the scaling for Yagao is significantly higher than it is for Maple.
This is very interesting from Maple. I was wondering what the pickaxe was for, and we're actually going to see a double tier build coming out from the carries.
We've been seeing this a lot more, especially since the nerfs to Jace as well. The mirror mana just seems to scale a little bit better. We see sometimes the split push build, Blade of the Ruin King, Black Cleaver, but definitely been seeing a lot more Manamune coming out in recent weeks.
Yeah, it does make sense. When the lethality is not that useful post-laning phase, then You got to get yourself some more juice in there.
More juice in the tank, but this does give a little bit more late game scaling. But Flawless, he's going to have to worry about the early game here. Pops the Ragnarok, not going to be able to get away. That's so much damage in from Maple. The execute just slapping him down. Zoom has to be careful here because Maple's up into the top side still. So now Suning starting to look pretty strong.
Yeah, that's a very interesting lane swap coming out from Suning. They don't actually finish off the bottom side. Instead, they read that JD Gaming is going to do the proactive swap and they match it. You know, not taking the easy turret in the bot lane that can be taken, but just preventing losses from the top side. And they're going to get a lot of stuff out of this. I'm not sure this is the place you want to teleport down on.
You know, that was not necessarily the safest teleport by Zoom, but he is very tanky, so at the very least, it will take a lot to take him down. And JD Gaming going to be able to defend the mid lane push off of this. So now, JD are, I wouldn't necessarily say on the back foot, but they're definitely not putting their best foot forward at this point. They're down a little bit of gold, but they just seem to not have control over the game at this point. And Suning seem to be the ones majority dictating the game.
Solo lanes are going even, and bot side for Suning are winning. They're coming out in terms of the priority. So that's the reason that JD Gaming seem behind in the tempo lead. However, if you put them in a 5v5, I'm still going for JD Gaming on the win. I feel like their team composition is just far more suited. It's easier to get into the backline compared to something like JD Gaming. Like I think the best ultimate that Biubiu can take for the composition on Suning would be the Emperor's Divide. Make sure that nobody can touch Smlz.
An option is available. Biubiu going to be spotted out here by Flawless, but Flawless might be the one getting picked off. Ragnarok been popped by both him and Biubiu, but he will make it out of there alive. And now Suning rotate back towards the mid lane, continuing the push, continuing the pressure.
A lot of good uses of Suning's priority here. They're willing to move their parts faster than the enemy team. You see Biubiu there already in position to call out Flawless. And Flawless hasn't been able to get anything going for a very long time now. Like every time he's walked into the river, he's found Suning members to block him out. And that just gives more time for the mid lane to kind of scale up. I'm very curious on what Smlz's full build is going to look like.
Yeah, so far with the Blade of the Ruin King and the Mana Rune, it is definitely an interesting build coming out here from the AD carry of Suning. And now JD Gaming going to try and capitalize on the space that they know they have after spotting everyone out on the bottom side of the map. But Zoom, he's going to be on the opposite end of that space and therefore going to have a little bit of problems. Has to ult away to safety, but they will secure the top lane tower as a result, putting JDG a little bit in the lead with gold.
Small lead here. There's only a single person here on the mid lane, but great final spark. It's a wave clear that. You often forget how useful that is as a wave clear tool. I think we're going to find our first big team fight here. Infernal Drake already spawning in 36 seconds. Maple's going to come down, doesn't have teleport. All is set. We finally get to prove if I'm right.
This is actually decent timing for both AD carries because oh no, it's better timing for Smlz now.
I just saw that one.
Finished stacking. This is now going to be a really scary fight for JDG because they don't know that it's finished stacking for one. And Imp, yes, he has the Mana Rune of his own. He's picked up the Rage Blade, so he does have the Q evolve. But on the back end of it, you do not have a Muramana.
It's good priority for Suning as well. They have both the mid lane and the bot lane wave stacking.
JDG need to play this one really carefully. Yagao not there just yet. Doesn't have the teleport up either, so he's going to have to walk real quick. Or Suning are just going to be able to rush this one down. They have vision on it. LvMao looking to maybe try and poke it out, but 2,000 health, 1,500 health. Is it going to get stolen away? No! Secure from Weiwei coming in, but LvMao's in a whole lot of trouble. He's got to get out of this one. Undertow going to keep him safe for the time being. Has to flash away from the living artillery that is the Kog'Maw.
Yeah, very good use of Suning's priority in lane. That was one where JD Gaming on even footing, they could have found a way to contest that. But Suning made sure that they never got the angle.
A little bit of wave clear attempt coming in there from LvMao, but now at this point, with the Infernal Drake in their pocket, with the completed Muramana and Blade of the Ruin King on Smlz, I don't know, Clement. You're saying JDG still looking good, but Suning are starting to look pretty good themselves.
For sure, for sure. I think the way Suning needs to win this fight is they need to be more tactical with their abilities. I'm looking at CC chains that they can do to maybe slow down JD Gaming's bot lane, to slow down their front line.
I'd really like them to see to try and take a fight right now because everyone has ultimates on JD Gaming. Everyone has flashes except for LvMao.
Oh, here we go again.
Okay. Oh, guys.
The JD special.
Guys, you can't just keep going for these Barons.
This is a Gragas with a level lead. I really don't think they can take this.
Why do they keep doing this? You can't just force a Baron whenever you want and hope it works out. I know it's been working for the last 2 games in a row, but come on.
Can I be honest? Like, this is how JD Gaming have been playing recently the entire time.
Oh, no.
Not
they get the
worth
return kill on a SwordArt at least.
Yep, not worth it for SwordArt. He does expend his flash as well for that one.
Trying to get the pick. It will stop the Baron take. So, Clement, I want to play a little game with you. What are the odds? Or how soon do you bet JDG are going to go back onto it? Because I'm going to say 22-30. We're going to see them go back onto that Baron.
Oh, why JD Gaming?
Well, here's why they finished the Merman.
Can I tell you, this is going to be a horrible strategy for JD Gaming if they do this again. You're going up against a Jace, a Gragas, and a Kog'Maw.
Yep.
They will poke the living hell out of you if you keep on doing these Barons. Well, I don't think this one was consequential at all. They just traded kills here on the supports.
Good all.
But the idea for JD Gaming to continuously do that is so questionable. There was even a teleport on Biubiu. They're not even getting a 5v4. And Flawless was actually under-leveled. He still is under-leveled.
Yeah, just really dangerous idea coming out here from the side of JD Gaming. Maple going to get a chunk there in with the Shock Blast.
I don't think they're actually under that much pressure to force these Barons.
It feels like at this point, this is the way they remember how to macro, and they're just deciding this is how they have to macro at this point. Because, to be fair, Clement...
Do you see how hard it is?
Yeah, I do. My question now is if JDG see how hard it is, because it feels like at the very least it's an easy strategy to execute on, because there's no question of what you do, there's no question of when you do it. You take Baron. When do you take Baron? When do you stop taking Baron?
I feel like all the JD Gaming really need to do, they just wait for Suning to group up. They run Sion straight through the mid lane. They have a front-to-back team fight, and they should be able to win. It's not that... I don't think it's actually that complicated. It's just what their comp provides them.
That said, though, I'm not sure how much damage JDG are going to be able to put out because Yagao still hasn't finished his second item. He's mostly sitting on components. He has the Seeker's Arm Guard, sure. And he's got the stopwatch, so he's working towards his Zonians, but he also picked up the Oblivion Orb. So he's got at least a lot of magic pen. It feels like JDG think they're safe enough to go to this mid lane tower now that they saw Biubiu split pushing in the bottom lane.
That was a great move by JD Gaming. They really did catch Smlz off guard. He was clearing the right side of the jungle. So I just want to see JD Gaming do that more. You just force 5v5s.
Should be an Evolve coming out here very soon if he doesn't already have it for the E as well. So his combat potential is only going up. Unfortunately for him, so is Smlz. He's picked up. Oh,
here we go.
Here may be the fight you were looking for, Clement. Zoom not going to be able to find the ultimate there. Blade of the Ruin King pops onto Zoom, as is the Predator, but it looks like neither of them going to find a whole lot of anything at this point.
Yeah, close situation for Zoom. If he got knocked back by the explosive cask, he would be dead right there. But I love the idea.
Available. Ultimate's still available for both teams, excepting Zoom's ultimate, of course, but quarter of the way back. Smlz taking a little bit of damage. The wave clear here from JDG is they're saving grace in the moment. But Flawless taking a ton of damage from Maple, and this is the danger when you're fighting around Baron in these closed corridors. You were talking about it so much when they first tried the Baron, but there is all this poke from Suning. Oh no. Suning starting up the Baron now, and they have the time for it. No teleport on Yagao. There's a teleport on Zoom, but he still does not have his ultimate. Half time remaining. Teleport is coming in. Zoom just finished his teleport, so they will force Suning off the Baron at the very least. If Yagao gets here in time, he could find the Shurima Shuffle, get a pick onto Suning, and JDG can do their favorite play of all time.
Yeah, but JD Gaming are going to try to force Suning off, make sure to delay their backs. They're going to be able to run the entire map themselves.
I want to see what they're going to do with it. It looks like Tyson is going to rotate towards the bottom side of the map, pick up the Ocean Drake, at least get themselves a little bit of something. As Maple start split pushing into the top side of the map. So at this point for Suning, JDG just need a 5-on-5. What are Suning looking to do to prevent that from happening, to get themselves into an advantageous position?
They need to look for the poke, and they need to look for Biubiu to be a good side lane split pusher. Biubiu does have that ability now. He's going for the full AP build. He might not be able to kill Sion straight up, but he should be able to force a wave and have priority over that side of the map. So JD Gaming, so for Suning, they have 2 outs. One, they group up faster, they use their poke to their advantage, and they just force JD Gaming away when they're low health. And the other one is, you know, just let Biubiu do the 4-1. For JD Gaming, I think their game plan is quite simple. You don't want to take too much damage. You want to run into the Baron Pit with Suning there, hopefully, as an entire unit and just wipe them out.
See if they're able to figure that out in a few minutes' time. But now Zoom split pushing into the bottom side. He doesn't have teleport, so this is really, really scary for him.
I will have to say that this is not a team composition where JD Gaming will be able to find a turn. It's incredibly difficult because Suning can stay on their side of the ramp. They don't need to ever enter the river. They have enough poke just staying up there. So even if Zoom wants to turn, I don't think he'll be able to find anything. And I think that's why JD Gaming are not rushing towards the Baron. They understand that this Baron take is going to be much harder than game 1. No one's going to be standing in the river waiting for them to have a collision with Sion. So what they want to do is they really want to force lane priority in the mid lane, force Suning to react to that. And as they walk out in the mid, just get that big full-on team fight.
Now's a really good time for it as well. Imp has hit his item timings. He's at 3 items already. Has the Runen's Hurricane, the Muramana, and the Ginsu's Rage Blade. So he is raring for a fight at this point. The question is just how to get it. Biubiu has stolen the ultimate away from Zoom. So both of them are going to have it available for this fight. Flashes up across the board from JDG and Suning. So if this is a fight that breaks out, it is going to be a bloody one.
That Ocean is so valuable for JD Gaming at this point. Their entire backlane can heal up from it. You don't need to worry. And I think if this game drags on in the current position that it looks like it will be, JD Gaming should be able to find one of these team fights. All they're waiting for is just priority in mid. Suning have to react to it.
JDG need to be careful. Predator's been propped by Weiwei. He's trying to find a pick. LvMao taking so much damage. There's the cast that did a ton of damage to poke him out, but not going to be able to find a kill. They know, however, that LvMao has been forced to back, so this may be their key to rotate onto the Baron.
Multiple shock blasts finding their way, but LvMao knows he has to stay. He's still around for the ultimate. He's not expected to take damage anyway in these team fights.
Teleport coming in from Yagao now. Ultimate has been popped by Biubiu. Of course, the stolen ultimate from Zoom. The Suning have been forced off again. Suning are taking a page from JDG's playbook and not understanding the same things that JDG was not understanding. However, they've been less successful, it feels like.
Yeah, I have to say that was a very questionable turn on Biubiu's end. I don't think you want to fight up that ramp without vision against someone like a Sion. So, you know, I feel like if you wanted to do that, you should have waited for the ME team to at least show itself and use it as a zoning tool. Instead, it was a bit preemptive on Biubiu's side. And they will have to reset.
And now Yagao no longer has just components. He's got the 3-item spike. He's got the Morellonomicon. He's got the Nashor's Tooth. He's got the Zonias. He's got a lot of fighting power as well. And if JDG are able to find a fight around this Baron, they should also find success. But I would like to note as well, look at the timer in the upper left-hand corner. 1 minute until another Ocean Drake. If JDG are able to pick that one up without Suning rotating onto the Baron, suddenly the poke matters less, and less. But JDG, they're going for the play once again. They're like, Ocean Drake, who needs that? Predator's coming in. Weiwei has the ultimate available. If he's able to split the team, that is the fight won for Suning. And JDG know this. They're going in for the engage. This may be the 5v5 they were looking for. They land on the SwordArt. Biubiu as well. SwordArt goes golden. Zoom goes golden to follow it up. JDG have put down a ton of damage, but Smlz is just free firing in the backline. Imp trying to get some autos off the cast. Lands him into the middle of the fight. He flashes out. They get the Shreem and Shuffle onto Maple. Smlz still alive, but the shutdown has gone down into multiple members. 2 members down for Suning so far. They may be able to find Biubiu. They find SwordArt. Smlz is going to be the last one alive. This should be the ace for JD Gaming.
Breathtaking fights over and over again, and JD Gaming have that persistence. Suning, they made the crucial mistake of walking into River. Now, we were talking about JD Gaming should not be able to find a turn with this composition, but I have to say, Suning kind of gave it to them. SwordArt was locked in place. I feel like what the Suning play should be, well, if you want to make it a 50-50, let's make it a 50-50. I have the superior poke. I'm just going to keep on dealing damage to you on top of the Baron Pit, and I have a Gragas for a steal. I'm not sure why Suning felt the need to rush into the river, and I have to say, JD Gaming do have the superior front-to-back team fight. They already get SwordArt almost low. SwordArt's already backing out. Weiwei goes in, doesn't get the correct pop, and Yagao takes the Nautilus ultimate and kills Maple at the same time. That was a hero play for them. Basically a 2-for-1, and Smlz is staring at the full team of JD Gaming without any of his teammates, and that will be the ace.
JDG now have the Baron on their side. The Ocean Drake still available as well. They should be picking that one up as you see 3 members rotate down to it. And now they can mitigate the poke. They have so much of this Baron buff remaining. So this is what they were waiting for. They found the 5v5 they wanted. Suddenly they're like, yes, the Baron play worked. We did it, guys.
This feels like Groundhog's Day on Baron. Like, if you don't understand how it worked the first time, let's just run it 5 more times. You're not getting out of this scenario until someone takes the Baron. And unfortunately for Suning, they just didn't have the right play.
Oh, but now they might have it. They're rotating down onto Zoom.
Still has
not
ult.
going to be able to find a whole lot of anything. The healing coming in from LvMao's shield thanks to the Chalice. Athene's doing dividends there for him. And now JDG are going to push up into the mid lane inhibitor with the aid of the tower from the passive of Azir. So they're going to be very hard to push off, especially now that the poke is not going to stick. They did secure both Ocean Drakes, so this is so much regen. But I don't like Imp being the one alone in bottom lane.
I think it will be fine for now. JD Gaming, for them, they're looking for a critical team fight to just end the game. Smlz got no sums. If they've been keeping track of that, they should be pushing this incredibly hard. Someone going into the backline will instantly kill them. LvMao can just flash onto Smlz.
Biubiu tries for the ultimate engage, but oh no, Zoom used his too. Backwards, all right. That one did not work out for him, but doesn't matter. Biubiu wasn't able to find the engage. And for the time being, JDG will still be able to stall this out, still be able to look for this tower.
Suning cannot defend this. They should be giving this one up, actually, once the next wave hits.
We'll see if they decide to. Maple looking on the side for a little bit of poke. Passive has fallen down from Azir. SwordArt looking for the engage, not going to be able to find it. JDG should still be fine if Weiwei doesn't find anything into the backline. Predator's expired, so he's not going to be able to find an easy cask at this point. And JDG slowly but surely pushing into the base of Suning.
This is a great dance from JD Gaming. They're staying here so long that the Ocean Drake is actually kicking in. Their backline's not going to take damage.
Here comes the death charge, but it lands onto Zoom first, then it lands onto Imp. A lot of damage returned already. Imp just goes all the way in. He finds a lot of damage. Smlz still free firing in the back. They need to take him out, but in the time being, the only person to go down so far is Flawless and SwordArt. JDG should be able to take this one down. They get the stun onto Maple. They get the binding to follow. Take him down. The Baron buff is still on. 4 members remaining. Suning need to make the miracle hold if they want to stay in this game. Looks like they might do just that. Baron buff still remaining on this wave that is pushing in from JD Gaming, but they don't feel confident to end it just yet.
JD Gaming needs to run. Their front line is completely out of HP. They can wait for a while, wait for themselves to regen back. So a very successful push for them overall. Like we were talking about, with no summoners on Smlz, all they need to do is just rush up towards him, and they should force Suning back. Unfortunately for Suning, making the last stand behind their inhibitor, a little bit questionable. I felt like that was something they needed to basically give up and allow JD Gaming to kind of equalize with their Baron buff. So if we take a look at this fight, a lot closer than we thought it is, but Zoom, he's just too damn tanky. Look at how little HP he actually loses, and SwordArt goes in, gets taken out. He's not that tanky of a Nautilus at this point. Good trade back onto Suning, but they've expended so much of their damage just taking care of JD Gaming's front line that there's nothing they can do to the back line.
But take a look at the items across the board as well after this falls down. 3,800 gold from the Baron buff. Very impressive from JD Gaming. More importantly, Elder Drake spawning in just a minute and a half, so we'll keep our eyes on that because it has almost the same timer as the Baron, so we may even see an objective trade. But we have a back from JDG after that massive push. You have a fully stacked Dark Seal, Zhonya's, Nashor's, Morellonomicon, and Rabadon's on Yagao. He has so much damage. And Imp as well has finally picked up the Guardian Angel, so he's able to make the same aggressive plays he made last team fight, but he has so much security in them. He has so much safety. This is a problem for Suning because we look over, we were wondering what the hell Smlz was building, and I'm going to be honest, Clement, I'm still wondering that. He's gone for Blade of the Ruin King, Lord Dominix plus Muramana, and a Zeal item and Hex Drinker. Feels like it doesn't do a whole lot of any one thing.
No, it's just banking on the Blade of the Ruined King to take him through. He's using that passive procs to finish someone off, but it's going to be so difficult. There's not enough crit to really go through Zoom at this point, and the backline can trade blows with him quite well. I think it's perfectly reasonable for him to just fly in and trade lives with Smlz. If they get that down, they just win.
Tried it last team fight, did work out for him pretty well. And now that he has the GA, he can do it again. Because Smlz, like we said, doesn't have a GA sitting on him. Has finished the Runin's Hurricane, however, so he'll have a little bit more AoE with his build.
LvMao, can he find the...
Oh,
he does
the
get the
beautiful
catch.
binding on Smlz. There he goes. The 80 carry of Suning is down, and Imp is just free-firing here in the middle of the team fight. He's not safe, but he doesn't care. He's got the GA. He's got the damage. He's got everything he needs to get JDG the win of the team fight. Only Biubiu and Weiwei remaining, but it looks like they're going to be going down pretty soon as well. Super minions pouring into the base of Suning. Suning has the Lux ultimate there for Biubiu, trying to wave clear desperately, but this is the last Nexus tower. The flash in from Zoom. They get the CC. Biubiu goes golden. It's the GA popped there for Imp.
Can they
he
find
should
it?
still be alive.
He's
They
dead.
know they get the shutdown. Zoom still alive, as is LvMao.
This
The
is not
Nexus
over.
is down to half health, and Suning look to have saved the game for themselves as Zoom gets taken down in their base.
The ult does come up, so they should survive, but looking at these timers here, Suning actually have an open chance to go for the Baron.
The Baron and the Elder, Clement. They have the opportunity to go for both, depending on how long it takes them.
There's no bot lane anymore for JD Gaming. It's going to take a long time, and this is going to keep Suning alive for a long while.
Teleport coming in there from Biubiu. And they're going to rotate up towards the top side, but it looks like Yagao is literally just going to solo the Elder Drake at this time, and he should be able to do it with the double Ocean. It's not going to stop the procs from the healing, so just look at how much he is regenning off of this.
Oh, but look at the base race.
Zoom, he's going in for it. He has ultimate available as well. If they want to put down some CC, there's a fight around the Baron. They just need to stop the base for the time being. Elder has been popped. Maple trying to stop the Zoom from split pushing. He's going for the Xpeke. He has so much health. Baron secured by Suning, and they're trying to get the fight onto Flawless. Flawless is still surviving for the time being.
Zoom's gonna die for
Zoom
nothing.
is in trouble. The ultimate comes in, but Yagao is here to put out some auxiliary damage, but it's not going to be enough. Zoom will eventually go down into his passive.
What?
Oh, the Shurima shuffle from Yagao! Absolutely massive team fight here for JD Gaming.
He goes down,
They get
though.
picked off by Biubiu, and he saves the base once again.
This is insane. Smlz still alive, but he can't find the living artillery onto the targets. What are the death timers? 47 seconds onto Imp. Suning now have their inhibitors up as well. They could make a straight push toward the mid lane.
Be 40 seconds that they have remaining. They have the Baron buff for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Elder buff still on JD Gaming for the time being. A minute 30 left on that one.
They're all going to go back to base, though. They're not going to push their advantages.
So I said I was going to scream, but that was a little excessive.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane from the two teams. Great body buff like SwordArt, making sure that Flawless was nowhere near, and all Flawless needs to do is really just stop the backs, but Smlz flashes in, nearly gets the kill on Luba. How does he kill Imp? Oh, he gets tagged by the Q earlier on, but wait a minute, Imp is still alive. We still need to see how they finish off these kills. SwordArt baiting. Oh, there's a ward there. Great vision.
Ooh.
Imp thought he caught Suning unawares, but wasn't the case.
It's going to be full build from Smlz. And the red buff was not secured there by Imp. He needs to be really careful because the entirety of Suning is here trying to take him out. Ultimate going to come in. Red buff was stolen, but Smlz is down. The shutdown for JD Gaming. Shurima Shuffle not going to stop anyone from getting over the wall, but Imp still alive. Finally gets taken out. Yagao trying to do his best to do the damage. Weiwei is still alive. Goes golden. Yagao still alive, able to put out the damage, and he is just pumping it out, I tell you. Biubiu, the last one alive. Triple kill for Flawless and JD Gaming. They should be able to run this one through to the Nexus.
Win with Smlz and lose with Smlz. He was standing right in the front lines, took everything to the face, not where he really wanted to be, and that was just so overconfident from Suning. They're going to pay the lesson for that, and JD Gaming are going to find their first win in the summer split.
JD Gaming, their first win in the summer split. They win the e-commerce war. They keep their lead and they keep their pride here in the LPL summer split.
Insane last moments to the fight. It was incredible.